So today I'm going to show you how to make a sourdough. It's so easy. I've been doing that for quite some time. You know, we don't know what's in our bread. In Europe, the bread is really good. If you go to Holland, you get a bread there. Whoa, really good. But if you leave the bag open, that means the next day bread's gone. Here in America, you leave the bag open, 2 weeks later it's still good. So that is not a good sign. So they use a lot of yeast, a lot of preservatives, simply not good. So I make it myself. I'll take this King's flour. I always use the unbleached bread flour. I try to get a higher level one, but once I did that, I actually started feeling my stomach and I go, oh, okay, from this I don't have it, so I'm using this one. It's very simple. Now you're going to need a starter. This is very important that you get one. First, ask your family members and friends, because many of these people that you don't know about, they might have a starter for you. And it's very simple. Once you have a starter, you can keep it going for freaking... So there are some starters that are 150 years old. That's what I heard. You can buy them online as well. I will buy a wet one, because then the next day when it arrives, you can right away start. If you buy a dry one, we did that in New York. That's going to take a day and a half at least to get that started. So, you know, if you're like me and you want to start right away, buy a wet one. Okay, so this comes out of the fridge. It's been in there for a couple of days. I do this 2 days a week, so four loaves a week I get. And I have to now feed it. I have to start it, restart it. So what you're doing is this. You're taking out a whole bunch of stuff. And by the way, people can use this as a starter already. I'm going to throw this away. I'm going to keep in here for, I would say 30%. And then I'm going to refill it with, can I put more out? I can take a little bit more out, I think. With what I do for now, it's 70 grams of flour and 70 grams of water. If you want to translate it into ounces, whatever, do that yourself. 70 grams, that's what I use. Very simple. If you have one of these weigh scales that are immediately go to zero, that's the perfect weigh scale. Okay, so I push it down, boom, now it's zero, and that means that I can add 70 grams of flour, and I got 54, this should be it, around 64. I like to be very precise always, but that's me. You know, by accident, if you do 71, well, you're going to add 71 grams of water. Now I turn it off, I recalibrate now, boof, it goes on again. I'm going to get the water that I had there, and I'm going to add 70 grams of water. Watch out, the water is heavier, it goes faster. So don't throw in a lot, otherwise you're going to keep on doing this. Let me see, 60. Boom. This is 73, so what I do now, I add like 3 grams of flour as well. It's really not that crazy that it has to be exact, so don't worry about it too much. You're going to mix it up really well. So now mixing about 30% from the other starter that was left with this new stuff here. Mix it very well. I use the spoon because it works for me. But you can use whatever you want to use. And now I'm gonna let it rise. So what I can do now is put this little rubber band at the height where the dough is, so that you can see it rise. This is for in the fridge. This one is a cloth. I made it wet. I'm going to put on top here, and I'm just going to let it stand. I'm going to let it rise all the way here, and it goes pretty fast. And then tonight I'm going to do one more time, and then tomorrow morning we can start baking. All right, we'll be back. And like I said, it rose a lot. Look at this. It became a lot, right? So now we're going to do the same thing again. Okay, once you punch it, it gets less because it's very fluffy, whatever you want to call it. Throw out again a bunch, but not that much this time. I would say I would throw half out, because I'm going to make 2 breads tomorrow, and that means I'm going to leave some more in there, and then I'm adding, this time I'm adding 90 grams, because you're going to need 90 grams for one bread, two breads is 180, but it's 80 grams of 90 grams of water, 90 grams of flour. So same thing, very simple. Press 0. Let me see if I took enough out. Yes, I think so. All right. 90. 66. 80. 83, 86. 90. Zero it up again. Poof. 90 grams of water. So it's very simple. Again, with the water, watch out because it goes really fast. And the same thing here. We start mixing it again. Very simple. Mix it up, then put the cloth again on it, wet this again. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, it's going to be all the way to the top again, and that's when we're going to start baking. All right, I'll see you tomorrow morning. And it is morning time to make the dough. Okay, I'll put in here a kilogram and 60 grams. They say use 500 grams for one bread. I do 530 because then the dough is not as sticky. But that's what I do, up to you. This is how far it's been getting up. See, so yes, it went really well. We're going to start with putting the starter in here. I put, they say between 70 and 100 grams. So I put like 90 times 2 is 180. That's what we're going to do. So reset the scale. Here we go. Yeah, this is going to take, if this is so slow. But hey, gotta do what we gotta do. Boom, that's 144. This could be it. Yeah, that's 183. Okay, then we're gonna add 22 grams, so 11 grams for one bread, 22 grams of salt. I use the Celtic salt. This brand I like because for sure it has no metals in it. Like regular salt you never want to use, right? 22 grams. Boom, boom. Okay. And then we got 19, 20, 21, 21. Okay, yeah, good. I got 22. 22 is good. More is better. As long as it's good salt, don't worry about it. Now, normally a bread, you take 375 milliliters. So times 2, that's 750, right? 750 milliliters of water. You got to do it in this order. Wait with the flour. I made this water a little bit warm, like lukewarm. Alright. It's a little bit more, but that's it. I got it out. See, it's a little bit, it doesn't really matter, but you know, it's always good. I wipe it off, which is very stupid because now I'm going to have to mix it, which makes it wet again, but whatever. So you're going to mix it now till it becomes one. Bruce Lee would say, be like water. Well, mix the water with the starter and the salt and keep stirring. All right, I think it's done. Now I put it in the machine. I like the machine. You know what? I'm going to throw in the flour before, otherwise I gotta do it all while it's in here. It's gonna make it easier. So like I said, normally for one bread, 530 grams is what I use. It will say 500, but I do 530, so 1060 is in here. Now it goes very simple. Lock it up. Yeah, like a real man does it with his hands, they say, but a smart man does it with this. That means someone's at the front door. All right, I think we're done. Now it becomes very simple. Poof. Put the dough in here. It's still a little sticky. And this is about it. What you're going to do now is put a towel on there. So grab a kitchen towel, you make it wet, and then you put that over here. And you let it stand for about, I would say, at least 45 minutes. This time that I have now, I'm gonna use to set up the starter for next time. So I take all the starter out of this, throw it in a different pot. Now, why would I do that? Normally you don't have to, but you know, I use it now 2 times, this pot, and then, you know, it gets a little dirty. Although it's good because it's constantly in the fridge, it doesn't really matter. I like to transfer it in here, clean this pot, come back, put it back in, put a lid on it, and then I let it grow again, rise again till it's about double the size. And once it's double the size, I put a lid on it. This time I put this lid on it, so not that cloth that I had before. And I put it in the fridge, and it's going to be up good for up to 3 or 4 weeks, I believe. So you can keep it for a long time. Look at it, it's so beautiful. So now I transfer this back in here. So it's back in a clean pot. Poof. Then I use this rubber band to keep it at the level where it is. Right, well, not yet actually. I'm gonna start adding again flour and water. So this time I do 60 grams of water and 60 grams of flour. Gonna mix that up again, then I'm gonna put the lid on, let it rise, and then when it's double the size again, then we'll put it in the fridge, and then it's done. Okay, so this is what it looks like now. It's all mixed up. I said to put the plastic one on there. Don't do that yet, put the cloth one on there. Make it wet though. Now, if you don't have one of these pots, just grab any pot, right? And then you just put a wet towel on top. It's the same thing. Now, when it doubles in size, that's when I'm gonna put this one on the lid, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Okay, about 40 minutes in, now we're gonna do a stretch and fold. So you're gonna grab it from here, you're gonna pull it up, and you're gonna push it back. And then you twist it a little bit, you do it to every side. You stretch and fold. And it's very sticky still now, but every time you do a stretch and fold, it gets less sticky. And what you can also do, if it's too sticky, I wouldn't put the towel over it. That helps also with releasing some of those fluids in here. Now, normally they say you have to do it about 4 times stretch and fold. So this whole process what I'm doing now, 4 times in total with 30 minutes in between. But there was this guy who did a study on it. He just tried it out. He says, what's the difference between 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and 4 times? He says between 1 and 2, that's still a good difference. Between 2 and 3, and 3 and 4, absolutely 0 difference. Well, between 2 and 3 also a little bit, but between 3 and 4, there was 0 difference in the bread that came out. So I'm doing it 3 times, just to make sure, not the 4 times. Do this about, what did I do? 8 or 9, and that's it. And once this is done, simply again, put this on it. Boop. Set a timer for 30 minutes, start reading something, do something what you want to do, or clean up already. And bada bing, bada boom, we're going to go to the next one. The second stretch and fold. Here we go again. And then we just let it wait again. By the way, as you can see, it doubled in size. This is the starter. Gonna take this one off, put this one on the closed up, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge. And it's gonna stay good there for about 3 or 4 weeks at least. That's what from what I understand. But in 2 days, I'll be back. And the very last time, 3 times. Like I said, a lot of people do 4. I don't do it. You also see the dough, it's rising every time a little bit. Not too much though, yet. But that's what we're going for in a bit. Boom. I put it here. Now I'm going to leave it for, I would say, more 30 more minutes, and then I'm going to transfer it into something else, and I'll show you what it is in a little bit. Okay, and here we are. I put a little flour here so it doesn't stick. This is what we have now. Grab it out here. Throw it on here. Boom. Oh, all the way clean. You can fold it now, one time on each side. That's what I like to do. Fold it on this side. Then you do here the same thing. And then you fold it one more time on this side. Now you can divide it. So you're going to make 2 breads. This is about half, I would say. And from here, we're going to put it in a special basket. Now the basket can be anything that is like this form, right? And you can use a towel as well. These things are just for this. That's why I like it. I put this one on top. Here, I do it with the other one as well. And then I have rice flour. Rice flour makes sure that the dough is not going to stick. So I throw a little bit in here. In both ones, here. And then I kind of spread it out with my fingers in there. Very simple. Make sure everything is covered with rice flour. And then I'm going to put one in here and the other one in the other one. Now I'm taking this, put this over. And I'm going to let it rise. Now I'm going to let it rise about a couple hours. I would say 2.5, maybe 3 hours. After that, I'm taking it out. I'm going to put them in the shape that I want it. You'll see it in a bit. And then I let it rise all the way like 6 hours. It will come out of the pan, and then I throw them in the oven, and bada bing, bada boom. We got ourselves some sour breads. So that's the step. You can put a towel over here, just a dry towel, just to make sure over both these ones here. Put a towel and then just let it rise. You'll see it going up in size. Boom, as you can see, they have risen quite a bit. I'm going to fold them one more time, and this is the way I do it, by the way. Some people do it different, but this is what I do. Fold it one more time, and while I'm folding it, I'm also put it more in a rectangle, because then it fits in the form better. Boom. This is one. Push it in there. That's what she said. And get another one. And again, you see with the rice flour, it's really good because that makes it non-sticky. There's some bubbles in there. Make it a little longer. Throw it in this one as well. Now put them in the forms. What I'm going to do now is put them right here, and I put the towel back over it. Boom. And now you're going to see it rise. It's going to take a couple of hours. It's going to come all the way out. And then once it's all the way out, we're going to put it in the oven. And then we're going to have some nice breads. So for right now, it's time to clean up. Get the rice flour back. Scoop this up here, look. Thankfully, we can do that. Make it easier. And then we'll see you later when I put it in the oven. And then you can see the result. It's very easy. You can make them also round. Another thing is this, if you put them in the fridge, you know, you get them more sour. Then the sourdough really becomes more sour. 8 hours in the fridge, it's a little bit more sour, but if you do it longer, like 14, 15 hours, then it turns more and more sour. So whatever you prefer, I like it just like this. not even in the fridge, because I want to go fast. First of all, that ADD, right? You gotta go fast. But if I make a nice round one, I will do that one time as well. Takes maybe a little bit longer time, but then that looks also really good. Only the big round one, I have to cut in half in order to put it in the toaster. That's why I like to put them in these forms, so they have sandwich bread form, so to say. All right, the hour is here. Look at this, how big they are. All right, now we're gonna go in the oven. And 20 minutes. 375. Let me see what they look like. Ooh, look at that. Okay, it's time. This one. Two. And here we are.